Hi, I'm Tony Fleming. Welcome to Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Okay, I just pulled the hanging tag off of this 70 Chevelle Super Sport SS396. As we walk around the car, you'll see some pretty authentic pieces on it, and we'll point out some of those things too. And on top of it, we're going to talk about things like documentation and investment grade. And investment grade means things like what does the car need to do to perform well each year? And you say perform well each year, you mean drive well? No. Of course it's going to drive well, because that's kind of what our job is here at Fleming's, is to make the car drive really great. What comes with the car and documentation wise is what supports what this car originally was when it rolled out the factory. Meaning the more original the car is, the more the car is worth and the more it appreciates each year. So anytime you can find some documentation to a car, and I talk about things like, like for yourself, if you've moved in the last 3 or 5 years, I'm sure you've misplaced some documentation along the way. This cars that may have documentation are 30 and 40 years old. I've changed owners a few times, and if they come with documentation, it makes them worth a lot more money. So we'll look at that, and this feature right here, it's a real cowl induction hood on this car. And people talk about a Super Sport with a cowl induction hood. Well, they talk about the cowl induction hood being the raised hood where the air comes back in here. This is the real deal. When you start this car, the flapper door closes, okay? Has a special air cleaner on it too. And this is vacuum operated, so when you floor the gas, this pops up, the air hits the windshield and comes back down in here and gives you the ram air effect, and that's how they're able to pick up even extra horsepower. This is a real cowl induction callouts on the hood too. This car was originally coated as a cranberry red car with black stripes. We actually painted the car here, and it is brand new, bumper to bumper. It's been wet sanded, it's been show waxed, and it's been detailed. The stripes have been cleared over, you can't even feel them. And anything that needed to be replaced, we did. So we did all new chrome, stainless. This car was worth it to us. This car, because of the documentation, because it's matching numbers, it's a real 70 Super Sport. It was the way to go. So let's take a peek under the hood, because really the detail continues outside, but as we look inside, you'll see some of the things. This is nice. You got your correct decals here, the right hood, the way it sits. The real matching numbers, 396, 350 horsepower, V8. This one's been rebuilt. It makes a little bit more power than 350. We're gonna say it makes 400, but we'll just call it 350. Nice battery topper to kind of give it that complete look. And everything in here is nicely sanded, smooth, painted, the details, things like that. Manifolds are painted. It doesn't have headers. Brand new exhaust front to back. Brand new big exhaust tips out the back. And this is really what makes these cars great, is the matching numbers, the big motors, things like that. We have a sign here in the showroom shows you to restore a car how much it really costs. It can cost upwards of $60,000 or $70,000, and these cars don't command that kind of dollar. So this car here is just done, and everything from the weather strippings along the window to the new moldings to the wheel lip moldings to the new Super Sport rally wheels. Couple nice features in here. Has a real SS dash with the factory tack. It's got this tilt wheel. All of this stuff is on the documentation. This has a build sheet with it, and we kind of list this if you come in here and you look at it. We even have ownership documentation back to 1973 with receipts and things like that. This is just a cool piece. Anyway, factory console, nice 4-spoke wheel, new door panels. Headliner's in great shape, things like that. How about we take a peek in the trunk? This car is priced a little bit more than our typical Chevelles during this time, by a few $1,000s. And the few $1,000s is supported by full matching numbers, real red car with black stripes, correct bucket seats, the factory tack and the dash. A car with those kind of features is going to bring more money. This car has the F41 suspension. Not all Chevelles came with that. And that back here, so you can look and see, is a 12-bolt rear end with the sway bar. Nice big exhaust tips, Super Sport style. New bumper, new pad, new taillights, new emblems. Nicely detailed trunk compartment. New pans in here, trunk mat, new weather stripping. It goes on and on. If you've restored a car, you know exactly what it takes to get these cars to these levels. Got the factory speakers in the dash still, in the rear package tray. So how about I go ahead and start it so you can hear what it sounds like. This is nice too, the original AM radio. And one of those features that we do for a lot of people is we put a high-end AM FM CD sound inside the glove box. That way it comes with a remote, you can still operate it, you don't have to cut up the dash, nobody can see it, and you can still go to a car show and not get beat up. See how the flapper door closed on the hood? You know, in closing, muscle cars really were designed to do one thing. They were designed to go fast. People love the power of them, the torque and things like that. And in this case here, you know, a lot of cars are no longer matching numbers because the engines were blown up, they were abused. To find a car that's a matching number still, documented with some great features like power disc brakes, power steering, real hood, ZL2, cold induction hood, that's just been restored. Fresh paint, chrome and things like that. This is a great find, and I gotta tell you, if you can afford to buy this car, it's a spectacular car and you should get it. Not because we're offering it for sale, but because it's so documented and so original. Anyway, we're Fleming's Ultimate Garage. We're very proud to present this 70 Chevelle Super Sport SS396. Call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it.